Hello everyone. This is the video for Fusion 360 CAD design example. And so here I've loaded up a new design in CAD, Autodesk Fusion 360. So if you want to bring up a new design, just click on the File button and go down to New Design, hit New Design. Then you'll see up top here you have your different designs or whatever objects you're working on, so you can have different ones open at the same time. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that. I have a fresh sheet here. So just real fast, I'll show you how to rotate objects. I'm going to do a quick object. I'm going to pick this plane, make a quick rectangle. So there's that object. Just hit finish sketch. And so what I'm going to do is extrude this up to make it a taller rectangular 3D object. Come over here, you hit it OK, and then that will finish that action. Whenever you hit OK, enter also will be able to complete an action in Fusion. So to be able to rotate your object, you can just click on this box here and it'll show different views. So you can go to the front view, right view, back, left, go to the top, you can look at it from the bottom. And so another way that you can orbit, you can have a constrained orbit where it'll orbit around axes, or do a free orbit where you can grab it and just rotate however you want it to rotate. Also, you can click on the look at option and you just select a face and it'll go directly to that face. So go back to free orbit, just orbits it around. Constrained orbit will be a little bit cleaner with that type of orbit. So that's that. What I'm going to do is hit escape, and then that will give you your arrow pointer back. I'm going to select this whole object and delete it. So now we can even start fresh. Open up a new design. So we'll close this old one. Let's save. So now what I'm going to do is, along with this video, there will be pictures of the object that I'm creating. It's not exactly the same as the homework, but it's close, and it shows you how you can build the object from the ground up. So what I'm going to start with is building the base of this object. So now what I want to do is create a sketch. And so I know that my object is going to be 70 millimeters long by 40 millimeters wide. So I'm going to start with that. So I want to start on this plane. What I'm going to do is create my rectangle, starting from the middle as the 0 point. Here's the first corner, so I want to go out 70 millimeters. And it snaps pretty close to the grid. I think you can change that in settings if you want to have it different, but also, so select 70 and then go up 40. And then that'll give us a rectangle. So now what I want to do is I want to cut the sides off. So I'm going to fillet two of the corners so they're rounded. So I'm going to select here and also here. And so that gives me the nice 10 millimeter radius on the fillet. So then just hit enter and it'll fillet that corner there. And then we'll do the same thing with this other corner. So select here and here. And so it didn't give me the exact 10 millimeters. So what I want to do is this middle point. Let's have this middle point to 10 millimeters. To show you as an example, you can also just put in 10 here and hit enter. And that'll give you your radius of 10 for the fillet. You can also pull it back and forth to whatever size you want it to be. And next, I want to drill my hole first. So I'm going to select center diameter circle. And I know that I want the center to be 20 millimeters from this edge. We'll go back 20 millimeters. And then our diameter is going to be 20 millimeters on the diameter. So there is where I want it to be. You can click and then that'll complete the circle for you. And now what I want to do is hit finish sketch. And so now it'll go down into this 3D view. It's more of an orthographic and isometric view. So what there'll also be a reference sheet to show you examples of different views that are used commonly in CAD design. So now our next move is to extrude the object up. Now I only want to extrude up 20 millimeters. So I'll select this pane and then go up 20 millimeters, hit return or enter, and that pulls it up. There's the hole, the filleted corners, and so it's starting to look like a solid object now. Now the next thing that we want to do is to create a sketch on this top pane. And it'll go flat for us, which is very helpful. And now we just want to draw lines. And so that will give us the ability to draw a shape that we know we want to extrude up again. Up there, let's see our dimensions. So we go out 30. So we're going to go out 30 millimeters. And then we want to go down 10 millimeters. And then our next point is back 20 millimeters. And then go down another 20. Over here, down here. So then that gives us the object. What I was doing is creating the whole entire object. I think you need to have the border all the way around to be able to extrude this whole object up. Let's give it a try without doing that. So now we want to extrude this up another 20 millimeters to give us a total of 40 millimeters from bottom to top. We're going to extrude this. So then see how I only did this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line, and it still gave me the whole entire object. So now this is a separate object, and this is a separate object of the whole entire object, which is one piece. So now we want to extrude this up another 20 millimeters. Hit enter. Now we'll complete that. So one very nice benefit to this program is that you can change the viewports. And so I want to have multiple views. So it's going to show me three: the side view, the front view, the top view, and then the orthographic view. So now the next thing that I want to do, I'd recommend just putting it into this multiple views from the beginning. Now, what we want to do is we want to cut from here, about here to here. We're going to cut this piece off. So from this side view is probably the best angle to cut it from. And what this cut is going to be called, it's called a chamfer. So that's a fancy word for cutting, usually at a 90-degree angle from two separate faces. So you select modify, then go down to chamfer. So now it's going to be from here. You just select this edge. We can cut back down into it here. So I selected this edge, and then I was able to bring the tool down so that it would cut at this 45-degree angle from this vertical y-axis. I'm sorry, the z-axis. So when you have the angle that you want to cut, just hit enter and it'll cut that. Then you can see over in this view that it cut it on the slope that I need. So that's how to build the entire object. Now, from this, what we're going to want to do is create a drawing. You can take a screenshot of this, but what we're going to do is create a drawing, which you can also take a screenshot of. If you want, you can go back to single view, rotate this around, however you want to rotate it to show different angles of it. But really the most important, let's get this back into a proper view. Also the pan tool. You can click and grab and pan around, and it won't rotate the object, but it will pan it on your screen. Escape to get back to your arrow. So now what we want to do is go over to design and then drawing, from design, select. So now we're going to save this as CAD example. You'll save it as assignment 2.1, FSE 100, assignment 2.1, however you have your nomenclature is how you would save your design. I'm going to hit save. So I have full assembly selected. We're going to create a new drawing template from scratch. There are other templates that you can use, but we'll do ours from scratch. ISO, units of millimeters, and sheet size. I believe these are all default. If they're not, just have them selected like I have here on the screen. Hit OK. So now this sheet will come up that looks like the blueprint designs. So now we're going to put our base view here. Looks good. And so what you can do while this is, after you click on the screen, you can select different options of your style. So there's visible edges, visible and hidden edges, shaded, and shaded with hidden edges. You're going to want to show the hidden edges so that you can see where the holes are drilled from all different angles. I'm going to select that. You can have different orientations on it, different scale. I like it just 1-to-1 so everything fits all on one sheet. And just hit OK. So now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to project different views. So hit projected view. This is our parent view. So now from here, we go to here. You can have the orthographic view, and then the top view. And just hit enter, and then it'll render all of those different views. Now, whenever you have these up here, you can move them around. To different locations. Hit escape to deselect things. So now it shows all these different views. And the last thing you're going to want to do is you need to have measurements on these. So go up to dimensions. We can select to show this radius 10. And you can put the radius wherever you want to have it. And that is radius 10. This is another radius 10. This will show the diameter of the drill hole. You can put it outside. You can put it inside. I like to have it on the outside. So another dimension that we're going to want to have is from here. And then 50 millimeters. So now it's snapping to this corner right here, where I don't want it to snap to. Just going to select this and delete it. Like dimension from here to here, pull that up, that's 40. Here to here is 30. Here to here, 20. Here to here is 10. Now, if you select from the center of the circle over to this line, you can show that that's 50 millimeters there. Other dimensions, this would be 20, 10, 40, it's giving me 60. I want 60 there. From there, the end, pull it out. And then we know this is 20. Also, play around with this. It's best to experiment with this type of program. There is so much that you can do with this program. It's an endless amount of objects, an infinite amount of objects, really, that can be created with this tool. So a very powerful tool. So there is this. This would be a great screenshot. You can also put in text wherever you want. So you can put department. You can just put FSC 100. Enter. And then you can also, should be able to move this. So that would be the font that you would put in. And that's just about it. The last thing that you're going to want to do is output to a PDF. And you want to do current sheet, hit OK. Then you can save it as your PDF wherever your files are. So you would name it and save it in your FSE 100 file. And that's about it. And once you have your PDF, you'll be able to submit. So that is the PDF part of the Fusion 360. That's pretty much how you will build your objects for assignment 2.1. Maybe different in different versions of this class, but for this class, it's assignment 2.1. All right, guys, keep up all the good work, and we will see you in the next one.